Have you ever wondered why 90% of the people who buy the items from you don't actually leave the feedback, but when it comes to when they have something wrong with the item, they will leave a negative feedback straight away? So, dear eBay sellers, I have done some research regarding this feedback ratio. What I found is that 90% of the buyer don't really leave a positive feedback or leave any kind of feedback for your purchases. And you might wondering where these number comes from. I mean, is it from the Office of National Statistics, or when I started out eBay, this was the exact problem I had, that I was selling a lot of items, but when I was comparing those numbers with the positive feedback that I was receiving, it was only come down to 10%. So 10 people out of 100 people was only leaving me a positive feedback. So what can be done about it? It's first of all, I will like to tell you, don't go overboard with the feedback. Your feedback does matter on the eBay platform, but it's not going to impact much of your sales. So if you are a new seller and you don't have much feedback, and you must be thinking, oh, I don't have much feedback, that's why my sale is slow. No, it always comes down to the items that you are selling and how good you have listed it in the terms of pictures, the listing optimizations. So don't go overboard with it. It doesn't matter. What matters most is when the people leave a negative feedback, it actually encourage other buyers to complain similar about the item that they have bought. So if somebody have left a negative feedback, oh, I found this cable that you sold me, it does not work. So it will encourage the other dodgy buyers to make similar claims when they look at one particular feedback. And then the other problem is also there will be, if you are new to the eBay, you will have many competitors buying the item from you and leaving you the negative feedback intentionally. And this is actually against the eBay policy. So if you go down to the eBay and look, you can actually call them. And nowadays you can actually submit inquiry online and tell them this was my competitor who is selling a similar item. So they intentionally left you a negative feedback. I will come down to the 5 points which I will like to tell you from my experience over many years, that how actually I managed to improve my feedback. So first of all, what you can do, keep this in mind. If somebody is trying to blackmail you, that they're saying, oh, send me the replacement, otherwise I will leave a negative feedback, don't do that. This is a feedback extortion. You have that message from the buyer and you can tell the eBay, look, they threat me to leave a negative feedback if I don't send them some replacement. So this is definitely feedback extortion. Do something about it. But when people leave a negative feedback, they are unhappy about the item that they have bought. But why they don't leave a positive feedback? Because in your mind, you're thinking, okay, well, I have sent them the item, they have received it. If they are happy with it, they should leave a positive feedback. But in the buyer mind, okay, well, I received the item, but I paid for it. So you have to actually sort of, the first thing I would like to tell you here, that you have to under promise and over deliver. So in my case, what I did was, all the item which was listed before, they was fast and free. So buyer will know they will get the item within 1 to 2 working days. So I increased that time intentionally to 2 to 3 working days, but I'm posting in the same frequency. So I'm posting the item same day. So the buyers see they are getting the item in 2 to 3 working days, but 90% of my buyer get the item next day. And this is a very good feedback builder for me. A lot of feedback which comes on my store is about quick delivery. So you have to under promises and you have to over deliver it. But if sometime buyer leave a negative feedback and you think it's unfair and you have actually solved the problem for the buyer, again, you can call eBay and you can talk to them. And the second thing I will like to suggest to you, that whenever you are leaving the feedback for your buyer, the buyer who come to eBay platform, they wanna have a personalized experience. And most of the buyer I came across over the period of time, the only reason they buy from eBay is to support small businesses. So they want a personalized touch and personalized experience, rather than selecting all the buyers and all the purchases and leaving some automatic feedback for them. You gotta leave something meaningful for them. So if the buyer asks you, oh, can I get this item within 2 days because of whatever going on in this world nowadays, can it will be delivered in 2 working days, and you can say, oh yes, if you tell them, yeah, it will definitely deliver. So whenever they will receive the item, rather than leaving automatic feedback for them, you can say, oh, I tried my best to post the item on the same working day, I hope you have got it. So these kind of personalized feedback really help to encourage the buyer to leave a feedback for you in the return. So it has to be something meaningful rather than leaving a automatic eBay feedback. Third thing that I want to really stress here is you gotta reply to anyone who is leaving the feedback on your store. So if the buyer buy the item from you, they leave a feedback in return, leave the meaningful reply to the feedback that you have received from your buyer. So if the buyer say very happy with the quick delivery, if they have left the positive feedback on your store, go down there and say, I try my best to post the item on the same day, I hope you are happy with it, thank you so much for buying. So you have to reply them. What it does, whenever a new buyer will come to your store and they will check your feedback, they will know how much you really appreciate the buyer leaving a feedback on your store. So they will do the same in order to get that reply from you. So it's a win-win situation for both of them. Then the fourth thing, I started it, and to be honest with you, I don't do that anymore, but if you wanna improve your feedback, you got to give some kind of call to action thing to your buyer. So there are some leaflets and some stickers that you can buy off eBay as well. They are not very expensive. It have that, thank you so much for buying from us, please leave us a feedback. Those leaflet and stickers, either you can put them over to your parcel and you can include some kind of leaflet inside the package. So whenever buyer will open it, they will see that and they will kind of get a reminder they need to go ahead and leave a positive feedback to you. So this is like a call to action thing. When we are talking about call to action, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Number 5th, I wanna really stress here is very, very important, and this is kind of automation in the terms of feedback, which I call. Do you know you can set an email signature as, not really email signature, I wouldn't call that, but eBay message signature inside your eBay messages. So if you go to eBay messages, you will see on the top right corner, there will be option called change setting. If you go to change setting, you can have your signature. So in the signature, I will normally leave something like, oh, don't forget to check my other items for sale. If you have purchased something from me, don't forget to leave me a feedback for it. So anytime when buyer is asking you something and you are replying them, you're automatically reminding them all the time to leave the feedback to you. So if you have that set in your signature, it's a kind of automatic way to ask the buyer to leave the feedback. So I hope you like this video. Check my other videos if you want to grow your eBay or e-commerce business organically. And I always talk about the realistic approach to the things. Thank you so much.